Hello. The first question I'm to answer is, who am I? So I'm DJ Ripley, also Dr. Larissa Mann. I play music. I have been a union organizer. I'm a professor of media studies. I'm involved in lots of political activism, including activism on the dance floor. And I'm currently here in Dresden on a tour of Europe, something I've done every summer for quite a few years. How much is my academic background influencing my DJing, or the other way around? And it's more the other way around, I would say. That is, I have learned a lot about how to be an ethical and creative scholar from DJ practices, from the ways that you have to build a connection with an audience that is based on trust and understanding and sincere connection, which is something that many researchers, especially who deal with human beings, don't do. The idea of being a DJ doesn't work, the music doesn't work if you are not connecting with your audience in a real way. And with academia, it's possible to treat your research subjects disrespectfully and go away and write an article and get paid and so forth. But I don't think the work is very good, and it's also not very ethical. And so for me, the way I learned to engage with research was informed a lot by DJing. And then my research is also about music and popular culture. And so the skills and knowledge that I have from DJing informed a lot of my research, and which is on first on Jamaican popular music and street parties, and now is also about pirate radio and underground music scenes in the US and the UK. And the way music crosses borders and the way music defines important borders, which is sort of the theme now, I think, of a lot of my work. Another question is, what are some milestones in my musical career? The first milestone would probably be right after I started DJing in Boston, Massachusetts. I was invited to join Toneburst, which was a collective of artists and musicians who were doing low-cost or free parties in unusual spaces. And it included really amazing musicians like DJ Rupture, like DJ C, DJ Flack, a bunch of visual artists, multimedia artists. And it was a very open-minded, creative group. And they were also very sincere about having a political ethic, not in the sense that they were engaging with mainstream politics, but in that all the parties were free or very cheap. They shared all the profits that they made when they made a profit among everybody involved. By the time I got involved, it was really eye-opening to be involved in music and see people treat each other so respectfully and be very transparent about it. So when you joined, you knew exactly where the money was going, who was doing the work, and everybody was respected. And the parties were also amazing. It was like jungle and dance hall and hip hop and punk music. So it was pretty much my perfect experience. So that's the first milestone. That was how I started. And then one of the most recent milestones was when I returned to New York. I have lived a lot of different places, Boston, Ohio in the Midwest, London, New York, Oakland, San Francisco, Kingston, Jamaica, and then back to New York. And coming back to New York, last year I had a birthday party in which I was able to sort of pull together all of my connections from when I lived there before and my new connections. We had it on the beach on Coney Island, on Rockaway Beach, with a sound system, and I brought out all these new and up-and-coming DJs who were friends of mine, who were all amazing. It was all a very multiracial crowd. It was a queer and female-dominated crowd. It was very open and safe and positive, and it really made me feel like I had succeeded in bringing together all these different elements of my past into a sort of living community. And I still hear about the party from people, so that's really nice. It seems to have created some echoes. And so for me, it was sort of a nice moment of what the next chapter hopefully will be. Which is the next question. What projects are you on for the future? And when I return to New York, I'll be working with Duddy Arts, which is the record label and collective that I'm a part of. And we are looking at some really interesting projects with different communities in New York, also possibly projects with the public libraries in New York or with the Brooklyn Art Museum, trying to interact with the various communities that are often not recognized or centered in official stories about New York, or only centered as problems, as dangerous or criminal or questions that we have to answer. So a lot of what Duddy Arts is about, and a lot of what I'm about, and a lot of the other people I work with, is re-centering people who have been pushed out or who are not included in official stories. And so I'm also working on bringing that together with my academic work. So now I do a lot of touring where I will give a lecture and DJ. And part of what that's about is trying to make explicit this project that I'm centering people who are at the margins, and also translate that for people who don't go out dancing to see why nightlife is actually very important for politics. So a lot of my projects for the future involve trying to cross these different worlds and cross them in different ways. So I'll stop there. Thank you.